Welcome to Get Roaring. I'm Rory. Fancy meeting you here. Let's, how you doing today? Time for some NHL franchise mode action. Management action with the Hamilton Ogres. We're not good so far. It's late. Hey, Al, how's it going? Happy Easter, sir. Hope you had a good Friday. I did a little playing around with like these talking bits. And I was just playing around with talking to Line. Cuz I think he was right wing. And at first I asked him and I said, can we try left wing? And he said we could try that for a couple months. So hopefully that stuck. I think it did. Maybe. Unless I didn't save it? Maybe I didn't save it. Maybe I didn't do it? Maybe I did, because it's not giving me the option. Okay. I asked him, like, hey, or do you mind trying playing left wing? And he was like, okay. So then I tried asking Lucius if he wanted to play the wing. He's like, I think I'm good where I am. And it's like, you're kind of not. But this is where adaptability, I guess, comes into play. He was not really adaptable. So I don't know what to say about Lucius. Doing okay, I guess. I mean, Pospisil is playing much better than him as a fourth liner. So my other thought was, do I basically give up on him and flip him for like a pick in like a veteran or something like that? That was my other thought. I don't know. Anyway, we have Calgary. We have Florida next. I don't know. The other thing I was thinking about in terms of our big defensive peoples is we have two big hulking defensive defensemen on our first pairing. We don't have a puck mover. We don't have much movement for the back end at all. So I don't know how that plays for the long term. But it kind of made Rorius and T-Bone basically the same. Or very similar. No, it's okay, thank you. I could put Lucius on the block. We did beat Calgary, we lost to Florida. Kind of expected. We lost to Dallas. Okay. So, not much changed. Not much changed. The locker room chemistry is pretty low. I mean, losing probably affects that. We have a lot of leadership. T-Bone is disengaged. So, you know. Team performance. His current morale is neutral, but he's not... Although he gets along with Rorius, any team. And he has a high locker room chemistry with 3 of our stars, so... That's not a bad thing, but we need you to lock it in, T-Bone. We need you to lock it in. I don't know, can we talk to him? Just on ice play. His adaptability is like 50-50. I mean, I'm trying to think how to how to sort of turn things. Because we have good pieces, right? Like, how does our power play look? Not the best. Line A should have far more than 10 goals being on the primary power play. Same with Tolvanen, like, I don't know. Maybe they don't play well on this power play? Maybe we need to shake up the power play? Tell you what. Let's do a best lines. And then see what comes up as the optimal power play. Okay. I still want to do this. Put HB there. It's got Lalonde at center now. That's amazing. But him and Lowry and Pospisil were good, so I want to leave them there. That's fine. I'm okay with these three. We got scratched. Burns, Jaeger, I kind of want to get in, honestly. And so maybe we do Lucius, Holmberg, and Jaeger. What did it come up with for the defense pairs? About the same. So we're fine there. Power play? Alright, let's take a look. Like, nobody fits our power play. It makes zero sense to me. I think we move Days back here. I think we put snipers on both sides. Like, it's a 0. That's so weird. Lalonde in front? I don't know, it doesn't make much sense. Our power play, we just do not have the people that our coach wants. I think we put Johnny in front to tip the puck. Yeah, I guess so. I'm going through coaches like water, though. I could talk to him. The scheme fit for the AHL coach is even worse. Like, what's my recourse, do you think? They're both neutral balanced. Oh no, I went to a physical style, the same as my AHL head coach. Which might actually be okay, considering our lineup. But the scheme doesn't look great. It'll be great for our defense, I think. Except for Larson and Walzer. Is it better if we do this? Somewhat. Let's do some weirdness. Let's try that. That's true too. It can't be worse. Okay. Well, at least the power play is somewhat improved. The snipers still don't fit. Like, it doesn't make any sense. How can you have a power play line that doesn't fit snipers? Okay, well, we can't have both of them on here, so I'm gonna do this. Alright. We're gonna get a defenseman here. I'm gonna go with T-Bone. Get him some playing time. He kind of fits. We'll go with it. Finisher, we want line A. Well, like one would hope. And we'll go with T-Bone for carry. We're gonna keep Johnny in front. This does not get better. We're gonna put Walzer on the second. Doesn't fit. Not worried about it. Distributor. We can go Lalonde. Finisher should be Tolvanen. Puck carrier Walzer. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a world of like nothing is working out. Alright, let's sim against Montreal, see how it goes. Montreal's around 500. Lalonde puts one in within the first 2 minutes. Very good. Very good. Carlo puts one in. Also good. I mean, good start. Suzuki gets one back on the power play. Roy gets one back on the power play. Or Roy. You want to? Okay. Third period. There you go. Days gets one back on Kakinen. 3-2 for Hamilton. Power play. Well, nothing happened. Story of our lives, I guess. Nothing happened on the power play. Lalonde gets another one to make it 4-2. Little insurance marker. Good. Farrell gets one back, but we hold out for the last 30 seconds. Okay. Lalonde 2 goals. Pospisil 2 assists. Carlo with 1. Win a 1-goal game. I like it. In a grudge match. That's good. That's okay, Brett Burns. You just keep doing... You just keep being you. If there's an injury, you'll get some ice time. No. Well, it's your time, Brent Burns. Somebody's like, hey, can I trade to Carlo? Trade for Carlo? Injured. Immediately. We're just gonna plug him right in, I think. Fine. It's Brent Burns. 43-year-old Brent Burns. He can hold his own, I think. "5-1 loss. 6-3 win. Okay. 4-1 win. Good. 3-2 win. Also good. 3-0 win. Alright, we finally put together a win streak. Goodness. 3-2 win. Brendan Carlo's fully healed. Well, maybe that change did help a little. There you go, Brent Burns. You did your job. But Brendan Carlo's going back in. Thank you. I don't think Pospisil came out of the lineup, so we're good. Okay. Well, the month of February is looking a little better. Little better. I mean, it didn't look good at the end of January there, but February we put together 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins in 9 games. Much better, much better. Brings us closer to 500. Owner's happy, chemistry's going up, the fan happiness is decent. I'll go ahead to Boston here. Hopefully we don't go on a slide again. That's the key. No, I'm good. Not going to pick up Kakanyemi. Now we're going back to the losing. Okay. We'll get to Vegas here. Okay, we got a win versus Boston. 25, 29, and 7. Much, much, much better than we were at the beginning of the month. Trade deadline's coming up. Do we need to do stuff? What do we need to do? Anything? Let's take a look at how people are doing. Line A is at 12 goals. 23 assists. Okay, well, at least he's getting some assists in there. He's 15 and 32. Eggs 18 and 19. Eggs is doing fine. HB is doing fine. 19 and 19. Johnny is doing about the same. Tolvanen is a sniper with 36 assists. Don't understand. We'll keep going. Lalonde 13, 14. That's fine. Lowry's doing what Lowry needs to do. Pospisil's having a good season. Jaeger's okay. A hard okay. Lucius also a hard okay. And Pontus Holmberg is there. Okay. Walzer seems to be doing fine on the first pairing. He's slated as a top 6 though. T-Bone is at least a top 4. He's up to an 87. He's actually, I think, playing better with Carlo. He's improved in his overall. Their plus minuses are not good, but I think that's attributed to last month. We may have a better distribution of peoples down here. Like this way, but that, I mean, eventually T-Bone is going to need to be a top 2. Mel does not fit this current coach. At all. Nor do I think we could actually trade for her. I don't know if we have the assets. I think the only one might be H.B. Oh, Rorius. Rorius would be it. Rorius would be the equivalent, I think, right now. Goodness. Pardon me. Yeah, I don't think we have the assets to pick up a player like Mel. Yeah. Just nothing. That is not likely. Okay. It would be nice. It would be nice to have a sniper on our first line that fit a lot better. Although line A fits okay. Golden fits okay too. I mean, we could take a look at what's around. Sorry, I'm lost in the menus. There we are. Yeah, okay. We're looking for forward, first line. Actually, I won't specify that. I'll specify a sniper. Let's go overall. Overall? Go with like 85 eventually. Honor Bedard, sure. Seth Jarvis doesn't fit. Howard Tutu, top 6. Tutu would be interesting. Coronado doesn't fit. Erica? I mean, we could see what we could do about 2-2. That would kind of fit our situation. Let's go to Chicago. Walzer and Line A. Lalonde and Line A, or Days, or T-Bone. Walzer in Line A, Lalonde in Line A, Days or T-Bone. That's a lot. Let's get more of a scout going before thinking about it seriously, because we may not have all the info. Alright. Let's get right up to the deadline. Not the day of, but a little bit before. We'll go up to Seattle here. Alright. 26, 29, and 8 at the trade deadline. We are not in the basement, as the Senators are. But we're also not really fighting for a playoff spot. We're 11 points behind the second wildcard spot, so we're not pushing for anything. Unless some miracle happens. About the same in terms of wants. I like him too. I like him too. I find this unlikely. Do they want Tolvanen just the same? Also, I have no idea what Tolvanen's value is. Tolvanen's is actually much higher than Line A. That might get things done. Let's try that. Value's not quite there, so... let's see. Skater's mentioned block. They want just about everything. How's Lucius doing? I'd be okay dealing Lucius. We need to get something back to replace him, though. Some bottom six would be good. We have like an older guy. Josh Anderson, what a guy. Forward line 1. You're never making it there. I wouldn't worry about it. Jonathan Drouin? Be good for penalty killing. Will the 5th round pick make all the difference? Nope. Can add in the Bruins 2nd round pick. Drouin might be a little rich. I'd be fine with Danforth, I think. Looks like our best option. Nope. Straight up. Let's try that. That doesn't even do it. Alright, I don't mind trying our second. Our second and our third in a couple of years? Boston's second? Oh, what do we have next year? Tampa's second. They just don't want to bite. Alright, let me try something. A second and a seventh. A second in Belmont. Okay. Second and a third from Chicago. They're pretty good. I wonder if they don't want to trade them. They're actually a decent team. There's like a few offers for thirds and fourths. Or two thirds. Second and Hillman. Second and a third from New York. Second and a fourth from Florida's second and Nashville's fourth. LA's second. The Oilers second and third. Dallas is second and third. So like pretty good teams are offering their second. Chicago second and third. Buffalo's offering their second. Buffalo good? Buffalo's decent. I don't know who Dalmont is. A fourth round pick. Okay, so like a second and a fourth. What does Tolvanen get on the market? 2 seconds. Tip it in 2 seconds. Berglund in 2 seconds. Just a second, a third, and Ball. Christian Dvorak in a third? Yeah, no way. No way. Tip in 2 seconds is kind of weird but interesting. If it's not that good. Ooh, he has a boat anchor of a contract. That's ugly. Well, I think they were just offering Tippett because they needed a roster spot. But what do we do? Do we do anything? gonna take a sip of coffee. That'll help me think. Maybe. I like Tutu, but it seems difficult to get him without trading. Basically a direct star-for-star trade. Chicago's not very good. Well, no, Chicago's good. We're not very good. They don't really want our picks. They want our players. Let's see what... I'm just kind of interested what Olvinen and Lucius would get on the open market. Yeah, no. No. Okay, so 2 just absolutely terrible deals. If we add in, let's say, Tampa's second round pick for next year. What are we at? What are we looking at? Noah Hannafin? Okay, that's it. Just Noah Hannafin. That is it. Okay. Just Noah Hannafin. Second and a 7th. Bayashi has second endowment. Emberson, second and a 3rd. Ferdinand in a 5th. Yeah, I think I did, and that was like basically they wanted star for star type stuff. So they wanted 4 options: Walzer and Line, Lalonde and Line, Days, or T-Bone. And I was trying to work with their want for Line with subbing in Tolvanen and other stuff instead of Walzer, but or Lalonde, one of those 2. But they weren't biting. That's the unfortunate part there. I guess we just edit the trading block, including those items. So let's add Tolvanen and Line. And we'll put in Lucius. And we'll add in the Lightning second. And Boston second. And then our wants. We're going to look for a forward. First line forward. I'm gonna do overall of 85. I don't really want to be playing with like maybes and stuff. And we'll see what comes up. And I'm also gonna put forward, let's say up to about 22. And defense up to about 22. Okay. Let's see what happens. All right, let's go to the trade deadline. Keep current trade block after we did all that work on it. All right, let's see what happens. Askarov is available. Josh Norris. Charlie Lindgren. Noah Hannafin. Andre Miller. Olvin from us. Pellick. Bullock. Logan or Lassie Thompson. No, Logan Thompson. Lassie. Matheson. Artem Zub. Dan Vladar. Pinto. Leno. Berggren. Oh, somebody got traded. A second and a 6 in exchange for Fabro and Yoki Haru. Okay. Gene Pinto. Leno. Berggren. Force Line. Nico Mikola. Sorry. Nico Mikola. Justin Barron. Max Sasson. Oregon. Ryan Lindgren. Graves. Emberson. Sogard. Alright. Canucks trade a second and a third for Josh Norris. Josh Norris was a second and a third? Didn't they want like a first round pick or something and a top prospect for? What happened there? Gosh. That was one of those trades where you're like, I don't believe that just happened. Who was that? Vancouver acquired Josh Norris. Kurashev, Trenin, and Delgazo in exchange for Olsen in the 7th. Wow, it must be a reasonably decent prospect. We have a really wrong idea of who Josh Norris is. So it's our perception as to what he was worth. Like if we do this, like what are they asking for? Rorius. Bolton and Lalonde. Okay, now. He was traded for a second and a third. That should update their value of what you know them as. Because, like, Shane Pinto, Tanner Janot, and Dumoulin from Ottawa to Minnesota in exchange for Winehandle, Smith, and Jespers. Okay, so Ottawa is selling off. But they picked up Vancouver's second and third. So, like, there's no way we had the right idea of who Josh Norris was. Not even close. So you really gotta watch for that. Like, a lot of these players we don't have for binoculars on their values. Have it on our own guy, and Pellick for some reason. Detroit trades a third, Olimata, and a 5th to the Leafs in exchange for a second and a 4th. The Olimata is a Maple Leaf. I prefer Brendan Carlo. Leafs are loading up. Winchester and Gardner in exchange for Bernard Docker from San Jose. I guess Bernard Docker was in San Jose now. I was kind of poking around before I started. And I don't know if he's still here. I had Jamie Benn available, so I think it would be fine. Like Jamie Benn and... Well, they don't have a second for this year. I thought I could get a second. No, maybe that's a little too much. That's asking a little too much. I guess Vegas is not as good as they thought they'd be. Did we miss any key trades? Bernard Docker, and then a second, a third, and Goodlof, I don't know, for Berggren, a sixth and a seventh, Hellenius and Halischuk for Novak and a fourth. Nothing crazy. I don't know. Did I only have 1 year? Okay, let me find something out. Let me see how much I have left on Lucius. Because if I have 1 year, I think I gotta deal him. Because I don't really know if I want to keep him. I got 2. Okay, so it's not critical. Line A also has 2 years. Ulvenit has like 4. So I don't think it's sell-off time for those unless we find something we like. Valimaki and a fourth in exchange for a second and a fifth and C. Roberts. See, what I hope is when the computer offers you something, I don't know if this is true. Landon Lundmark and Kobayashi in exchange for Veleno. Okay. Boston's been offering Kobayashi everywhere. Alright. I wonder, and this is something I don't know, is if when the computer offers you a trade, is it like you looking at their stuff where they can only see what they can see according to their scouts, and they offer you the trade according to their interpretation of the values, right? Because if they have the right value on like Line A or Lucius and the right value on their player, but I would have a different perspective looking the other way, like we did with Josh Norris. Like, to me, he was like worth a first rounder and a huge prospect, but really he got traded for a second and a third. My hope would be that the computer, looking at what they think he's worth, would say to me, I want a second and a third for this guy, right? But I don't think it works like that, because I've never seen the trades be like such a high disparity. Like, if they were to offer me Josh Norris for a second and a third, to me it would look like he has a lot of value and I would have like much less. Anyway. That's how it should go, because they should also have the same limitations as me, but I doubt it works that way. They probably base it off what I see, which doesn't make any sense. The Hurricanes trade a third and a third to Montreal in exchange for Hogue and a fourth. A lot of little trades going on. There might have been some bigger ones with like prospects and stuff. Even in 2029, Ovechkin's getting 40 goals a season. All right. Lucius in 2 seconds for 2 seconds. Like, what are we doing here? Is it an upgrade of 2 seconds? Are they bad? They're bad. It's an upgrade of 2 seconds. Well, not really. That's not the trade I was hoping for. Oh, we got offered something else. Line A for a second and a third. That feels bad. Yellow radish? It's on my top 6. Okay. Like, I wouldn't do this. I do like... Oh, they want ours. I was gonna say I would do that. I guess. See, that's rated way higher, but that's like... next year, I don't know. I doubt that's gonna work. In that case, I would do this. I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Did we miss any cool trades? Could have. Oh, Noah Hannafin went. Joe Veleno was the last one that we saw. Okay, we had another one added on here in just a sec. Back it up a little bit. Leno was from Detroit, so a second, Pouliot and Holik for third, Fleury and Grunstrom. Then Noah Hannafin in a sixth for Owen Tippett, Bolaris, and Shirokov. Those players has to be fantastic for Vegas to take that contract. Goodness. Okay. I'll look like a bunch of stuff. Montreal also traded a third for Hogue a fourth. I think we saw that one. Unless he was dealt again. Second and a sixth and Jeff Skinner from Anaheim to LA in exchange for a second, a fourth, and McCabe. Still not seeing anything that's knocking my socks off. Second and a third of Witt and Dawes in exchange for Toffoli, Faxa, and Miromanov. Toffoli's getting a little long on the tooth, I guess, in 2029, but here we are. Bolduc in a fifth to Vancouver in exchange for a second and a third. I think next year, unless somebody like blows me away with something, or which is highly unlikely at this point, Line A we trade. Because, like, a second and a third is not really compelling. I think this year's second from Nashville is pretty decent. But I don't really want... I don't really think a second is going to do it. Is that next year's? It's like next year's. It's not even this year's. But, I mean, I would be just... more interested in the first, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Like, that's a lot of value comparatively, so I don't see that as happening. But I think next year, if we're gonna trade, if we don't trade Line A for whatever reason, then next year at the deadline, then maybe if we're not in contention or something, then we flip him. And we can retain some salary for the last year of his contract and this and that. So that might get us a little more value. But I don't... Unless we're getting something back that's going to replace either him or Tolvanen, I don't really see the point in doing that right now. Like, we're trying to not be bad. A third in Farrell and Jost. I thought Farrell was traded. Or no, maybe we just looked at him. For a second, a fourth, and McCabe. McCabe's flying everywhere this trade deadline, goodness. I don't know if they're the same McCabe's. But a lot of McCabe's are moving. Alright, man. Thanks for joining for the time. Appreciate it, Al. I hope your Easter goes well. Happy Easter tomorrow, and, you know, we'll talk to you later. Have a good one, Al. Get some rest. Not the most exciting trade deadline, but, you know, here we are. Nico Mikkola gets traded again with a fourth rounder and Labushkin in exchange for Barnaby and Nemitz. Okay. It's like the most unexciting trade deadline ever. Although we'll probably get like the most appealing offer in like 3 minutes. Or not, you know. No, nothing could happen. That's possible too. It didn't feel like a deadline where I needed to sell off or buy, so it was only buying if it made sense. All right. Well, that's the trade deadline. We got Beefalo coming up. Actually, we have a game against Mel. Let's do Utah, and then we'll do Buffalo. Hospital puts one in on Vamelka. Power play time? Nothing doing. Power play for Utah? Also nothing doing. Alright. Period 2. Greenway? What? In 2029 in this economy? Kovalenko scores after Greenway. 2-1 for Utah. Power play. Nothing more than that, thank goodness. Mel puts one in. Goodness. Power play again for Utah. We're coughing up the power plays. It's probably our physicality. We need higher discipline. Alright. 3-1 for Utah. They totally flipped the script in the second. Tavares gets one in on Vamelka from, like, the corner. Short-handed goal by Schmaltz, and then another one. just to pile it on. Goodness. Well? Hospital gets a third right at 3 seconds left in the game for some reason, but we'll take it. We'll take the bump, and you know, Grizzlick 4 assists, Schmaltz with 2, Mel with 1 and 1 for the 3 stars. Wow. Let's sim against Buffalo. Alright. Let's check our ticket prices. Definitely going downward. We're gonna do 25.50. These gotta be 59.50. These are gonna be 9,950. And these are going to be 15,950. There we go. Take a look at ticket prices. Good. Okay. We still need to sell tickets, so I'm going to take some out of general and put them back into season tickets. Alright. Well, Buffalo's much better than us. So, they're actually in a playoff spot. It is one of our promotional games, though. Some bobbleheads or pucks or something being given out. Nice. Dylan Cousins scores for Buffalo. 1-0. It'll be nice when this is like a good rivalry across the border and we're competing with them and everything. Like for in the standings and so on. I mean, we can be competitive in game, that's fine. But it'll be nice when we're pushing Ottawa, pushing Toronto, pushing Buffalo, you know. H.B Bolton scores on Stolars of the Buffalo Sabres. Zucker gets one in on Corpusalo. The backup is in today. Power play for Buffalo. Mangiapane scores for Buffalo, 3-1. Alright. 3-1 going into the third. Shots are about even, though. Well, Joseph gets one. Still a chance. Nope, power play for Buffalo, that's a problem. Nothing, no last minute heroics. Stolars 30 stops, H.B Bolton with a goal, and Joseph with one. Okay, well, we got 2 stars in the loss. I don't know how that works, but sure. Alright. We have Ottawa coming up. Ottawa and Toronto. Little bit of a losing skid again. Chicago's pretty good. We beat them 7-4. New Jersey, we lost. All right. Well, Corpusalo's hurt. Go take a look in the system. Goaltenders. We could bring up Olish, I think. Definitely putting Snacks up to an 89. Goodness. Hard to go wrong with Snack, folks. Best lines for Moncton. Alright, well, you know. It was a good run. Now, is he still hurt? He's still hurt. Well, hopefully he doesn't get hurt again. That's the hope. We'll put him in as the backup. Who knows if the computer will rotate him in. There we go. Alright, good. I have no idea what's happening because the calendar's totally frozen. Okay. Well, not what I was hoping for going into the end of the season. We had that good blast of a win streak, and now we're kind of back to our old ways. Let's see how we do against Ottawa, who's about in the same boat as we are. Patrick Laine gets a power play goal. Good stuff. Walzer gets one in. On Ravensbergen. Whoever that may be. Pospisil gets one in. Power play for Ottawa. Nothing doing so far. Berard scores on Snack. Grieg scores on Snack on the power play. 3-2. Walzer gets one back. Good stuff. Power play. Nothing doing. Okay, 4-2 after 2. Be nice to hold this out against Ottawa. Power play? 5-on-3? Nothing. Power play for Ottawa, and they also don't do anything. This feels like a lot of nothing out of these two teams. Kind of surprised the game is 4-2 as it is. Alright, we'll take it. We will take the win. 3 stars. Walzer, 2 goals. Laine, 1-1. And McMuffin with 2 assists. Good going on him. Getting on the board there. Alright. What do we got left? I think we got the Leafs. Well, the Leafs are 52-19-1. That's gonna sting. Let's do that. Just cause. What do you want, Patrick Laine? I have successfully learned how to play left wing. I feel ready to take this challenge. Perfect. I am great with that. Alright, powered up. 8 times. Walzer gets one unknown wall. Wall on Wool. Fraser Minton. Still of the Toronto Maple Leafs, scores on Snack. Currently a Boston Bruin. Well, I guess not now since they're not playing, but Max Domi scores. Two-1 Toronto, middle of the game. Power play for us. Nothing doing. Third period. Shots are about even. Toronto's still holding us at 2-1. Bizarre, like you have these losing streaks and then you have like a real close one against the Leafs, who are a very, very good team. It looked like it was a goaltender duel though. Snack and Wall both holding the fort. They were just one better. I mean, if I was in this world of being a Leaf fan and I played against the Ogres as they were in that case, I would expect them to win too. That's just how that goes. Let's move up Jaeger, I think. We'll put Colangelo in. All right. Okay, that's pretty much the rest of the season, so we're just gonna go for it. See how we end up. Hopefully I don't get fired. The owner's happy though, so he might not be happy after we failed all the goals and things. Okay. I think at this point in the season we just do head coach preferred. That's fine. Let's give Lalonde a little time up there. We can do this too. There we go. Hospital is back in. Head coach preferred again. There we go. Actually, we'll do this. Okay. Taking a sweet time to simulate, I'll tell you. Okay. Well, okay. I did the 20 sellouts. Probably helped with the budgeting and the promotions there. Didn't get the 21 wins, so we kind of broke even. Amazing. The owner is they're happy. The owner's happy, so they're amazing at this point. I'll take it. Under the owner's goals, we did the primary goal. We got 20 sellouts to establish our home ice, so that's good. That's the big one. You can see it kind of wavered as time went by, but they're very pleased right now. So I met the goal. Not getting fired. Good thing. All right. I would like to go to roster moves for a sec. Just look at our waiver exemptions for a second. Now, I don't know if these guys would go back to junior. I think they would. I don't think they go to the A. I think they're too young. So I'm not going to send them down, because that might just hit their morale. So we'll see how... what I can do, actually, is I can send some of the old guys down that are on one years. We can send Brent Burns down. Johnny Tavares, I'm kind of interested to see if he sticks around, like if he doesn't retire. You can definitely send Holmberg down. It's fine. Alright. How old is Lowry? 36, so he's not at the end there. But I would like to see if Johnny wants to stick around next year. So let's take a look at we're gonna be facing Belleville. Let's take a look at just how the team did. There we go. I'm having a bad menu day, I gotta say. Okay. Days ended up with 61 points, 18 goals, 43 assists. Tolvanen, 16 goals, 43 assists as well, for 59 points. Pospisil had a good season, 23 goals, 56 points. HB, 22 goals, 30 assists for 52 points. McMuffin, 51 for 23 goals. Line 18 and 32. Johnny, 21, 26 and for 47. Lalonde had 41 points, pretty good. Rorius, 27. Lucius did not have a good year. Goaltenders, Snack did fine for what, like 28, 28, 8 and 5 for the team he was in front of. Like Corpusala was 5, 12 and 3. He got hammered. So Snack was the difference in pretty much half the games he played. All right. Take a look at edit lines. I just want to go down to the A for a sec. Did I send those guys down? Could I send those guys down? I did, I think. I did. Were they there? Did they like not make the preferred lines? Are they scratched? Yeah, they are. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. All right. Let's see who wins the cup this year. In 2029. I guess we'll call it a day after that. Edmonton and Dallas in the conference final on one side, and Florida and Boston. Ain't that way this year, I'll tell you. Boston, I guess, figured stuff out between now and 2029. But this simulation obviously didn't go the same as real life. Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup, and the Rockford Ice Hogs won in the A. Ottawa gets first overall, Columbus, Calgary, Nashville, Washington, Utah, Anaheim were in 7th. We went from 7 to 8. Minnesota, Pittsburgh, San Jose, Vegas, Vancouver, Tampa Bay, Philly, Montreal, and Detroit. Wow. I guess we'll call it a day there. Not the most exciting episode, I guess, but we'll see where we are going into next year. I don't know what the changes will be, but we'll do the retirees, and we'll do free agency and signing contracts and all that stuff next time, and then see if we can land a big fish in the off season. I don't know, we'll find out. But thank you for your time. Appreciate every minute you spend with me. Hope you have yourself a good Easter weekend. For those who celebrate, it's an important thing. If you're it's an important thing. Look into it if you get the chance. Have yourselves a good one. We'll talk to you later. Enjoy your week. Happy Easter, folks.